Hello, everyone. Just getting everything set up. Thank you for coming. RD channel and Anime Reyes. Thank you for being here. Uh, Want to get this up here. Rena in the USA. How you doing, Rena? Or Renee? Or how do you pronounce your name? Uh, Thank you for coming. Give me a moment. I know who you are, so there you go. Now, Renee, all you have to do is type in 3 L's. Am I not? How about now, Mike? Can you hear me? Am I coming through? Hopefully. Huh. Okay, good, good. I was getting ready to try something else. Uh, I unplugged the mic and then plugged it back in and uh, made sure my mic was not muted, which it was, but I don't think it was before. Hey, Jerry, how you doing, man? Christina Vlogs, thank you for coming. Uh, yeah, so Mike, one more month and yeah, the bird month. Yeah, but I kind of look forward to being there for my first bird month next year. I have decided that. Hey JLB, long time, man. How you doing? I have decided that I'm not going to do the dental work here in the states. If I did the dental work, the medium one, it would cost me another year, and I don't want to work another year. Uh, if I did the minimum, which would cause hassles later on, if I had to have more work done, it would cost me 4 or 5 months, and I'm just not willing to do that. I'll go to the Philippines and get done whatever I have to get done when I can. I'll live with this. I can still eat and everything else, so I can live with it for a while. I still haven't decided exactly when I'm leaving. I did find out I can extend 1 month at a time, probably as many times as I want, but it's either 1 month or a year, and I will not sign another year of lease. I'm thinking about doing 1 or 2 months extension, but I may decide I'm done and just not do any more extension. I'm leaning towards doing one more extension, which means I would be here through April and over there in May, but I may go ahead and go through May and go over there in June. Uh, that's something I still got to kick around. There's my whiteboard. Oh, it's not level. Oh, look. Let me check something out here. Oh, my whiteboard's coming apart. Hang on. Huh, that's not good. I think I'm gonna have to take this down. had to take that down. That part's coming apart. And if I didn't take it down, it would fall apart and fall on the floor. So I'll have to find something else to do with it. Maybe I can jerry rig it somehow and get it to work. I know what I'm thinking about, but I'll have to redo the board itself if I do what I'm thinking. So remember, everybody, if you want to share your link, just type in 3 L's and my Nightbot will do it for you. But like I said, I've come to the conclusion that I am not going to, like I said, I'm not going to do the dental work here. I'm tired of working. If I do the dental work, I have to do at least a year. If I do it the complete proper way, hey, Robert, if I do it the complete proper way, I'd have to work another 2 years, and that's not going to happen. I'm just tired of working, and so that's just not going to happen. Looks like that's leaning. Maybe I'll do something about that later. But yeah, you don't need to see my bed. I'm in my bedroom. I don't mind you knowing that. Girly, how you doing, Girly? Robert, I hope you're doing well. Now, like I said, next year, I will be moving to the Philippines, at least going over and checking things out for an extended stay. So I'm going to get rid of everything I got. Jerry's going to come up. Hey, Jerry.
Hey. Greetings from hot South Texas.
Jerry, are you talking to me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Hang on a minute.
I don't know if the chat can hear me.
Try
I can
something
hear.
different here. Because sometimes when you unplug something. All right. Now I'm connected again, Jerry. So are you talking to me or not?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Huh.
No.
Can anybody tell? All right, JLB. I'm glad you guys can hear him. Maybe I need to turn my mic up a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna ask anybody in the chat can hear me.
Yeah, I can see the mic's working. I can see my mic's working. You can hear me, but I can't hear Jerry. Let me check something here, guys. Let me check something. Okay, that's what's wrong. It's on the wrong mic.
And because I'm using my cell phone, I can't look at the chat.
Jerry, I tried something. Let's see if it works now.
I can hear screeching sound.
No, I'm not hearing you.
No. Anybody in the chat?
It worked last week.
You want me to drop the?
And it tells me it's connected. Let me try something else real quick. I hate this when it doesn't work. Yeah, pull that out too.
That's what's great about the live stream. And I can't see the chat because I'm using my cell phone.
I can hear you now, Jerry.
You can?
I can hear you quite well. Yeah.
All right.
I had to unplug something and plug it back in. I had to unplug a mic and plug it back in before it would work.
Gotta love a live stream.
Oh yeah.
Don't know what.
Like I said, no trouble last week at all. At least I don't think I had any. and but now the week before, my earbuds that I was using before started acting up, and so that's why I went to the. I lost my picture. Okay, I know what happened there too. I unplugged the camera to make sure to get the right thing unplugged.
Yeah.
But so I had to reconnect the camera, so that's why I'm back. But so how's everything going, Jerry?
I was sick last week, from 5 days, from Friday to Tuesday,
Well,
and yeah, I had a earache, not earache. I had a ear infection, throat infection. The ear infection caused the vertigo, and I also had high protein in my urine,
yeah,
very
I'm
high.
sorry. Sorry, you was having so much trouble.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was out of. I was fine Thursday. I got worked at the center. Got home, made dinner. Friday morning, like 1, 2 in the morning, I just so wasn't there.
all right. JLB wants to know how hot it is there, Jerry.
It's around 90. It's about 97. Because it's
Okay.
already. It's almost. Was after 7.
I
So
like, yeah. I'm going to
it,
say it's real pleasant here where I'm at. Yesterday and today. Yesterday was only in the mid 70s, nice breeze.
yeah, we won't. We
Today's
don't even see that.
yeah.
We don't see.
Today the
We don't
high,
even.
yeah. I was saying today's high was only about 80, low humidity. I sat out
Yeah,
on my patio for a while. Here, let me do this real quick.
we don't even see 70s for lows.
And there's outside my bedroom window. As you can see, it's still light out. I got my window open. Uh, like I said, it's just a very pleasant day today. Very low humidity.
You,
Like I said, the temperature was only up about 80 degrees, maybe 78 to 80, somewhere in there. Low humidity.
you got that
Uh,
nor'easter coming.
huh?
You got that nor'easter coming.
They're not for the next couple of days.
Right, next couple of months.
It's hitting this downstate from me. It's not hitting up here. At least it hasn't been. Now, New York City and New Jersey's been getting hit with it, but we've not. It's not been hitting us, and so I just, it rained the other day. Uh, Thursday it rained almost all day Thursday, but it wasn't a hard, downpour. And then yesterday it rained in the morning before I went into work, so it quit raining before I went in. Which I leave my house around 7:30, or my apartment actually. Let's be a little more correct. I
Yeah,
live in an apartment, not a house. And when I went out to my car, the car was still wet from the rain, but it had already quit raining. And every time I went outside yesterday at work, gorgeous day, nice little breeze, uh, probably low to mid 70s for the high yesterday. Like I said, actually the humidity, if you were outside in the breeze, if it was humid, you couldn't tell it. And then today is probably even less humid because it was warmer today. But I turned my air conditions off, opened up my bedroom window and my living room window, let a cross breeze in, and then I went outside and sat for about 2 hours playing on my laptop. Uh, First time I've done that this summer. Because the other day, like I said, the other days I was at work when the weather was nice. But I enjoyed that. I really usually I get to use that a lot more in the spring and the fall than I do during the summer, the patio. But I had to clean the table off. I hadn't been out there so long. I have an old kitchen table sitting on my patio, and I hadn't been out there in so long. It was filthy, and so I had to dust it off a little bit. Then I went out with a bucket of hot water and washed it off and got it all cleaned up. I got an outdoor plug, so I went out, took the laptop out there, And when it got low, I plugged it in and charged it back up. But I sat out there and watched a bunch of YouTube and a movie or so, and then I decided to go back inside and sit down. So that's what I was doing. I mean, I was watching a new TV show I've never seen, Ballard. Been watching that since I came back in. That's why I was almost late. I was watching one of the episodes, but thankfully it got over in time. I would have stopped it,
Yeah.
But thankfully it got over in time. I was able to come in. I was able to watch the whole thing and then come in and set everything up. But so it's something new. It's I don't know if you know who Maggie Q is or not. She's the star of it. It's supposed to be a. You remember the show Bosch?
Bosch?
Bosch, Bosch. The detective.
No.
All right. It's a spinoff from that show, even though it's been canceled.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spinoff from that show. And so, now another show I've been watching, but I've been watching it at work in the afternoon, is Grimm. If you ever watched Grimm. And I'm pretty well into the third season. And there's only 5 seasons, with the 5th season being short. But it's a show I've seen before. But it gives me something to do at work when I'm not busy. I just turn it on, and if I get busy, it's okay because I've seen I've seen every episode. So if I look away and miss something, I didn't miss anything because I've already seen it.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. But in the morning, if Peaky Gray's got a live stream going on, I'll watch. Well, actually, I listen to it because she does music, and I have to go on rounds around 9 o'clock. I have to get up and move around the building and check things out. Well, I can listen to the music while I'm doing that. I don't have to watch anything. So I get to enjoy the music, and then I'll sit down for a while and enjoy it after that. Because, like I said, I can do anything I have to do unless my boss comes in and I have to talk to him. Then I got to turn it off so I can pay more attention and get the information I need. But
Yep.
my boss comes over maybe a couple times a month, and that's it. The rest of the time they leave us pretty much alone as long as we do our jobs. And and the people that we're contracted to love us over there. So me and this other guy, there's 3 people that work there, 2 a day. The one guy works our days off, and then he works another day somewhere, a couple other days somewhere else, because only works 2 days where I'm at. Then he works 1 day at Building 11. Then he works some more places. Michelle Life, how you doing? Thank you for coming. I hope you're enjoying your classes. For the you that do not know, Michelle Life is a student nurse in Cebu. And Michelle, type in 3L, drop your channel. You too, Miss Nee, if you're still listening. And all of you, just drop in 3Ls. My Nightbot will drop your channel link. You can be as computer illiterate as I am. I had a lot of help getting that set up.
Yeah, I saw the Michelle posted a short 2 days ago, maybe yesterday. About she was with a friend. They got the nurses scrubs.
Yeah, she's got a couple of those that she did. One shorter than the other one. One was less than a minute, like 40 some seconds, and the other one's a little over a minute, where you don't scrubbing the hands.
Yeah, I think
I've seen those. And she's got one up that she put up this past week where she's getting a ride into school, and you can see on the window the raindrops, where the raindrops are hitting it. And,
I gotta see that one. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, but she puts up a few every week. She's a lot more energetic about doing YouTube than I am. I mean, I enjoy it, but I enjoy the live streams more than the videos. But like I said, though, I think you probably already heard me. I'm moving over next year, or at least going over for a very long extended stay. I'm getting rid of everything, my car, everything. Uh, and that's why I got to have so much money, because if it doesn't work out, I got to have money to go somewhere else, whether it's back to
Yeah.
the States or another island or a different country. And plus, then you got to have money for emergencies. And thank you for staying, Christina. We appreciate it. And so, those are things that I, got to think about. Like I said, I just had to take down my whiteboard. The top of it was coming off. So what I may have to do is put it back together and flip it. I'll have to erase the whiteboard and redo it. Just rewrite it and then have it, because I can do it. I can turn it upside down. And that's probably what I'll end up having to do. Either that or maybe I'll put some super glue on it and just glue it back together. See if I still got some of that super glue or Gorilla Glue, whichever one I had, and try to get that going. You're still got a lot more light than I have, Jerry. Of course,
Yeah, because it's 7:25 here, so
and it's about what is it,
almost 8:30
8:22,
over there.
8:22 here.
Yeah, it's
And
still that
yeah,
1 hour makes a difference.
Yeah, it's an hour. You said 7:25, and I got 8:23.
Yeah,
So just our watch is off. So it's an hour, and then you're probably almost next time zone over is not that far from you, is it?
the next
like
time
right-
zone.
Yeah, the next time zone.
That's well,
You're in Central right now. How far away is what is it, Mountain?
yeah, which is West Texas, and that's probably good 10-hour plus drive from here. It's
Okay. Well, see, it's like
Van Horn.
yeah, but you take Terrell, Indiana. All right, my hometown. It's quite like theirs right now too. It's very light, but they're right at you go about 11 miles and you're in Central. That's how close they are to Central.
Yeah.
So so right now, like I said, they're very light at this time of year. They see it because they're so. It's like, oh, if I went as a crow would fly, it'd probably be about 600 miles, 700 miles. But because you drive, it's over 800 miles. It's almost 900 because of the way you drive,
Yeah.
And but if you go by the way the crow flies, it's probably about 600, maybe 700.
It's about 800 miles from here to the Oklahoma border.
Yeah. See,
And that's just Texas.
Yeah. Like I said, I got to drive north when I leave here. Oh, before I head west, I got to drive about 300 miles north. Then I turn west to head home. And then I got to start dropping south again.
Yeah.
And the reason why I do that is I can go almost straight across, but it's all small highways or back roads, and you go through every little town. And if you judge the distance, it's closer. But if you judge the time it takes to drive it, it's quicker than go the longer route.
Yeah, because you don't have to go through all the
you don't have all those stop
and-
signs. You don't have all those stop signs and stoplights and driving 30 miles an hour.
and speed limit
You don't have all
changes.
that. Yeah, you got speed limits where you'll drive only. Well, in some of the towns you'll be down to 15 or 20 because of school districts. So it really slows you down. And even though it's a lot closer, the distance is. I just rather drive the longer distance because it's even if it isn't a lot quicker, it's quicker. You know, a lot less frustrating because you're not. And there again, it all depends on traffic because even those back roads can have traffic. You go to some of those small towns where you may have trucks in there making deliveries, which are one lane each direction, so you get stopped behind them, and it just It's just a pain. And so I'll take the longer route. And like I said, it's 800 and some, almost 900, not quite. Probably about 870 miles, something like that one way. So, you know, it's a pain, but I'd rather do that than. But I got to make that trip at least 2 more times. I want to go back because I have 3 of my 4 sisters still live in Indiana, along with a bunch of cousins. So I want to go back this fall. I take some time off, go back this fall to see them, and then I want to go back once I'm done working. I want to go back for a week or 2 to visit with the family before I go over to the Philippines. Now tomorrow I'm going up to a town called Batavia, New York, which is about a 4.5 hour drive from where I live to see my oldest sister and her husband. And if my youngest nephew's around, I'll see him. But I'm just going to go up for the day that I'll come back that night. I don't mind an 8 to 9 hour drive in one day, especially when I break it up and take a few hours off in between the drive. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. And I was sorry to hear that my oldest sister is in the hospital again. They're worried about her oxygen level in her bloodstream. They want to get it up. It's low.
Yeah.
So
Back in the
keeping it. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna sorry to interrupt you there. Back in the 90s, we used to ship where I used to work at my employer. We used to ship onions to, or they did. I was just a worker to Batavia.
You shipped them there, or shipped them from there, because Batavia
No,
grows
to
a
there.
lot of onions. Batavia
they
grows
come-
a lot of onions.
Texas onions, like
Yeah.
sweet onions.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Valdivia maybe, but Batavia, they're known for growing onions. That's the biggest, not Batavia, but right outside of Batavia is a place
That
called
area,
Elba.
yeah.
So there's a place called Elba. And hey, Dan, how you doing, man? But Elba is known for growing onions. And that area is so well known for onions. The minor league baseball team in Batavia is known as the Muck Dogs, MUCK Dogs. And that is because in Elba, they farm what they call the muck, which is black dirt. And it's very good for growing onions and I guess cabbage, I think. But that's the 2 biggest products they grow. And my oldest nephew, his family, his wife's family, was big farmers of the muck. They're one of the first families to farm the muck. And my oldest nephew and his wife, they now live in Florida. He's retired because of his eyesight was starting to give him trouble. And her dad quit farming. And so she used to run the cold storage where they kept the onions until they shipped them off. And so once he quit, my nephew had her go ahead and quit because they really didn't need it. My nephew was a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know, he was what they call a labor lawyer. He negotiated labor contracts between unions and businesses. Usually he was on the business side. But yeah, he had some school boards that he was their labor lawyer for them. He would be in Buffalo. He'd be in Rochester. His office was out of Rochester. He'd come down here to Albany area and negotiate contracts. He went up pretty much close to the state and negotiated contracts. He was listed in the who's who of people, you know, as one of the top lawyers in the labor field in his field. If not, he was the top one in New York, but I don't know about the whole state. I mean, the country. But so yeah, once his eyes, he couldn't work on the computers very much anymore because of his eyes. He went ahead and retired, and they moved to Florida. So that's where he's at. He's down there. I got a cousin, her and her husband, when they retired, they were down there in Naples, Florida. So I have relatives down there, but I've never been to Florida. I don't know if I'll ever go. But he's the nephew I'm thinking about checking with. I want to talk to my brother-in-law and sister first to see if they think he would be willing to be my backup plan for if anything happens. I give him the power of attorney and make sure
Yeah.
he can get into my bank accounts and all that good happy stuff. Before I talk to him, because he'll come up and see his mom sometime. And when he does, I'll go up. If they think he'll do it, I'll talk to him. When he comes up to visit his mom, I'll go up and see him. We'll get the paperwork straightened out. So that'll be one of the things I need. I got to get crossed off my checklist. So we'll get that done eventually.
Yeah, 2026 isn't that far away.
No, it's time to start getting started. Hey Tim, how you doing, man?
Whether it be January or whether it be
Oh, it's not
June.
gonna be January. It's
Or
not gonna
June.
be January. It'll be
Yeah.
either be April or June. If
Yeah,
because I'll stay here for my rent, which is to the end of March, which means
Yeah.
April would be the earliest I'd leave. Then
That's-
I'm thinking about extending 1 or 2 months. So it'll either be April, May, or June. And if I don't leave in April, I'm leaning towards June because I think month will be a busy month for people flying to the Philippines because kids getting done with school, going home, even if they're not going to full Philippines, going to the Asian countries, which you fly through a lot of those, so it might be a little more expensive. But then again, I might say I don't care. I'm just going once, so we'll see how we. And I have to make that decision before a month or two in advance, so I can get the cheapest ticket I can. So I'll be making that decision here in the next couple of months. It's something I really have to decide. I'm leaning toward. What's that?
No, I was sorry to interrupt you there. I don't know if you saw Dan's live stream this morning.
No, I didn't see it.
I think he was
I'm
gonna.
sad-
Yeah.
I'm really sad because I could have been up out of bed by that time. I just laid in bed longer today than normal.
It was about here Central. It was about 4 or 5 in the morning. So
Yeah, that would have been
Maybe
about
5.
6 in the morning, and I was awake a little after 6:30. I woke up. I didn't have an alarm set. I woke up a little right around 6:30. Got up, went and took some medicine that I have to take more than an hour before I eat. And I thought I got to wait an hour till I eat. I'm going to get back down. And I slept
Yeah.
for 4 hours.
He did a live stream, but I guess he was riding public transportation. I really couldn't figure it out. But he gave it a different name. I'm used to seeing a jeepney or a trike, but he sends up or a hobble hobble, but he said something else, and not really the
Dan's here. I asked him.
yeah. I really couldn't figure out what he was saying. The connection wasn't that great either. And then he had us on mute for a while there. I think somebody pointed it out. Hey, I guess he had music in the background there, so he had to mute us.
Oh yeah.
And,
They had music playing earlier. If they're still playing it, I'd have shut my window because that would have blocked it out. But I still got my window open.
I couldn't figure out the what he said about it, and sounded like it was public transportation, but I guess it uses a different word over there in Visayas than in Luzon.
Yeah. Well, they could. I know a hobble hobble is a motorcycle.
Yeah,
That's
never
where
seen
you ride
hobble
on
hobble.
the back of the motorcycle. And then you got the trike.
Yeah,
which
I've never seen a
got
hobble
the little
hobble.
cart. They do hobble hobbles in Cebu.
In Cebu, okay, I was gonna say maybe Mindanao because I've never seen them in Laguna or
They may
definitely not.
What it is just a regular motorcycle. The guy usually carries an extra helmet, and you get on the back of the helmet. He gives you a ride to where you're going. I mean, back of the helmet. On the back of the bike, he gives you the helmet. He takes you where you're going. You pay it. It's cheaper than a trike.
Isn't it the one that has a boards on the 2 sides and the 8 people can ride in
It's
one bike?
it's a regular bike. Just a regular bike, and you know how they are. Sometimes they'll get 2 people on one bike besides the driver, but it's just a regular bike.
So what's the one
Like a
called where
hobble.
they got those planks on the both sides of the bike and like 8 people can go in the bike?
I don't know what they call that. That might be a different style of hobble hobble. They don't have that in Cebu. Cebu's a regular
Yes.
bike, and you get on the back of the bike, 1 or 2 people. And
Maybe
you pay the
Mike
guy, he takes you where you're going.
in the Philippines. I don't Mike Ottawa. Mike.
He was here, as far as I know. He's still here.
Yeah, I
But,
don't know if he's probably knows what I'm talking about. Where it's a motorcycle, or
Yeah.
or motorbike, whatever the driver has, the rider has, but it's
Yeah.
got where people can ride on left and right of him, and it's usually a whole bunch of people riding the bike.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I can picture it, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Now, like I said, I've seen the hobble hobble. I've seen the trike, the pedicabs. That's a bicycle with a thing that you can ride on. A
Yeah.
cart that you can get into and ride. The guy that rides a bicycle. It's
Yeah.
called a pedicab. Like I said, then you got the jeepneys. You got the beat bus, which is the newer bus that's got air conditioning. It's a small bus. It's mostly for the same routes that the similar routes as the jeepneys.
Those
They're
beat
not the
buses,
big
they have
buses.
something. Yeah, they got them similar in BGC to those beat buses. They got
Yeah.
something similar to it.
At least I know that's what the guy was called in Cebu. I don't know if that's the proper name or not, but that's what I heard it called. was a
Yeah, that's
beat
what
bus.
Chris would say, and I think it said beat on the side of the bus.
Could have. Then you
I
got
think
the other buses.
Yeah, and then you got the other ones.
Then you got the V vans.
Yeah,
The white vans that you can hire.
the one similar to Dan's.
Yeah, but they're bigger than Dan's.
Yeah, a little bit bigger.
But they're a van and they got a driver. And they'll get as many people in there as they can, but it's usually more comfortable than those buses without air
I've gone on
conditioning.
those. I've been on those over in Palawan and Coron, from the airport to the town.
Well, I look at it this way, and I think I've told Michelle that when living in Cebu, I don't plan on driving. All right, so I'll either walk or I'll take public transportation. Now, if I move to some place like, let's say, Dumaguete or Valencia, that I'd want to get a bike or something else for my own transportation. There was one guy, I can't remember who it was, and I know that a couple of them that still do this, but they'd ride the bike till they got to the bigger city, have it park their bike somewhere where they could park it, pay for parking, then take public transportation. In the city, so they're not driving in that bigger city traffic. They just don't want to drive in it. Which, I can see doing that. If let's say I live outside of Cebu and want to go into Cebu, find a place that's close to there, park, and then get on the beat buses or something and travel that way. But I don't. Michelle says Cebu City mini motorcycle like Move It, Maximum, and Angkas, ANGKAS.
Oh, I've heard of that one. Yeah, I've heard of that one. My friend uses that over in Taguig.
Like I said, in Cebu, I'll get a app where a couple of the. I don't know if I'll do the motorcycle. I may. Probably if I'm going a short route, but I may. Well, they got Grab in the Philippines, right? Not Uber. Uber's here in the States, if I remember right.
Yeah.
I'll have to download the Grab app, but I plan on mostly doing like either the jeepney or the bus. If I'm not walking.
Yeah, I use Grab when I arrive, and they're in Manila. Cheaper than a taxi.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the nice thing about Grab is you know what it's going to cost you up front.
Yep, exactly. You're not okay. This taxi driver's gonna try to blame the meter, or gonna try to do some kind of a
yeah. There's none of that. Now, Michelle Life says Cebu City, a lot of beat transportation, and like I said, I would take the beat because it's clean, it's air conditioned, and it would be cheaper than a cab or a Grab.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it'd
it
be
is.
more comfortable than a Jeepney.
Oh yeah,
So, you know,
but you still want to experience that jeepney ride once in your
yeah.
life. I know low roller wouldn't
I'm
agree.
sorry. I've ridden a Jeepney more than once in my life.
I
You,
like
you got to
the
remember. You got to remember. I was in Subic Bay for about 3 months, and we go into Lamapo a lot, and we took the Jeepneys in different places. I won't say I rode it a ton, but I rode it more a few times.
yeah.
Especially after getting out of the bars closing. See, now when I was there, they had what they called martial law, and it was we on the ship. Well, it wasn't Cinderella Liberty in that we had to be back to the ship by midnight, but we had to be off the street by midnight, whether we stayed in town or not. If we went to a hotel or wherever we went, we had to be there before midnight. Then we had to stay there till the next morning because it was they had the police and the military watching the streets at night after midnight, and that was back in the 70s. And so, like I said, you'd catch a jeepney, and depending on how much you had to drink, you'd catch a jeepney back to the base. Now, I wouldn't take you on base, but you could take you back to the base, or you could have it take it to your girlfriend's place. And yes, I had a girlfriend or two in the Philippines when I was there in the Navy. So I took jeepneys back then, but I was a smaller man back then.
Yeah.
So it's just something I have to, you know, I'd like to do it again just because it's been so long. But I agree with you; it's something a person needs to do once. But I mean, if it all went away, I could say I've experienced it, but I wouldn't have video or picture proof of it. Because when I go, I will take a video of myself getting on the jeepney. I won't take pictures of people unless they, want me to. But I all the pictures hey Leah and Leah, how you doing, you two? Thanks for coming. But like I said, I will take a hobble hobble just to do it. But I'll probably take a pedicab just to do it.
Yep.
And Dumagetti, and I'm sure in other places they may have it somewhere in Cebu. They have these horse-drawn carriages you can take, or carts.
Yeah, the
And
Calesa.
and Dumagetti, if you take it at night, they're lit. They got lights on them and stuff like that. Turquoise Sunrise, I believe it's Sunrise, not Sunset. Turquoise Sunrise. I think they went on one. Excuse me. Either that or Jay's Adventure. Could be both. But I thought that would be interesting to do just once, Go to Dumagetti, take it around to see the sights and get off, and you never have to do it again because you've done it. So, because I do want to go to Dumagetti at least once. I do want to go to Valencia, but I want to go to Valencia on a Sunday because of I want to. If you ever watch vloggers from Valencia, they have this Sunday market that's a really big open market, and it looks like it would be something to see. They got food being cooked. They got food you can buy. They got frozen food. They've got a wet market next to that, and so if you want to get fish and stuff like that. But they sell cotton candy, balloons. I mean, this is like almost every Sunday, man. So it'd be interesting to see that. I think I'm competing with your rooster.
Yeah.
I've seen so many videos of it. I think P might even done a video about it. I'm not sure, but I know Turquoise Sunrise has done quite a few of them. Some other people have done some, so it's something I'd like to see. But we'll see. All
Does
right.
Dan have any roosters? I don't think Dan has any chickens, does he?
Who?
Dan? Retirement journey?
the family might, but I don't know if Dan does or not. All right. Hey, Tim, now I know you're leaving soon, so thanks for stopping in. So whenever you take off, enjoy your vacation. Tim says he will not see my live stream again until he gets back from his vacation. He's going back to Canada to visit his sister.
Well, have a safe trip.
Yeah. That's what I was telling him. I'll hope wish him well. And
Yeah,
yes,
that's a
Michelle,
dream.
you heard a rooster. Jerry's got chickens and roosters. So Jerry like, hey Jaylene, how you doing? And Tim is still here, so
Yeah, for Tim to have a safe trip back.
you're telling him that when you talk, he can hear you.
Yep, back across the north of the border.
Yeah. Now I know Mike's getting ready to go back to the Philippines pretty soon, and you're going. Is it
Mine's in
December?
December. Yeah, in December.
Okay. So I'll be a few months behind you.
Yeah.
But but you won't still be there when I go.
No, I'll be back home working.
Yeah. So, thank you, Jaylene. Thank you for sharing it.
Unless I was to become a father, then I can stay over there half a year.
Yeah. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, they give
if you become a what?
A few years ago, they made paternity or the equivalent to the maternity leave, but for the father, they gave them up to 6 months off.
Okay, so that's only one time, right?
Well, I guess maybe once a year.
Okay, I would think it'd only be a one-time thing.
No, because you can have. There's a coworker that he came back here not too long ago, but he did it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, but he might have had 2 kids in a row.
Yep, one 2020. Yeah, 2023 and 2020. No, 2024 and 2025.
Okay.
So became a dad twice, so he got 6 months here, 6 months there.
I got a year off. I told the Navy I'd love to stay if they'd give me a year off with pay. And they told me I could have it, but it would take me 12 years to get it. Because in the military, you get 1 month off every year. And I said, no, I want it all at once.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't agree to that.
They said, sorry. Can't bargain. They said, sorry, no bargain there.
No. I thought if I could get out for a year of work and make a lot of money, then go back in.
Yeah.
You know? But I'll tell you the truth. I got out because of my weight. I'd have stayed. I don't know if I'd have done 20, but I would have stayed longer than what I did. I probably would have done at least 10 years and then decide if I wanted to do a career. Because when I was in 10 years, it was not a career unless you get injured or, a disability of some type. You'd have to do 20 years to get your retirement. Tim will tell you that. I think Tim's old enough to know that. I did over 6 years. And like I said, I would have done 10 if it wasn't for my weight. I was overweight. And that was all because of a signature of a pen. What happened was when I was in, NOM was going on. And they wanted people. And so they were a little more lenient. They took your age, your height, your build, all that into consideration. I was a few pounds overweight under the old rules. Then after NOM ended, they decided they wanted to cut way back on what they had in service. And so with a stroke of a pen, they changed it to where all that mattered was your height. So they went on the middle, not the small built person, but the middle built person. And I went from about 5 pounds overweight to about 40 pounds overweight because of the stroke of a pen.
Wow.
And so that's how I got out.
That's during Nixon.
No, that was after Nixon.
Then that would have been Ford or Carter.
Yeah, it was Ford.
Okay.
It was, I believe Ford was already in. Now, it might have still been Nixon. I believe
Because
it was Ford.
Nixon left in 1974.
Yeah, so it was Ford because it was 76.
Yep. Because Nixon left a few months after I was born.
Actually, it was 78.
Oh, that would have been Carter.
Yeah, no, Carter was 80. No, you're right. It was
No.
Carter.
Carter,
It was
then
Carter.
Reagan.
Yeah, Reagan was 80. So it was Carter that the stroke of the pen got me out. And so yeah, that it was in 78 I got out. 76 is when I was going to get out, and I extended. And I was going to do more than more than 6 years. I was thinking about doing 10 and then making the decision because you're halfway. If you go over 10, you might as well go for a career. I knew a guy that came on board my ship, my my second ship, I believe. I think it was the Long Beach. It could have been the Frederick, but I think it was the Long Beach. He did 16 years or more, got out, became a police officer. Might have did 18 years, but he did he was almost done with his career. Why he got out, I don't know. But he decided to take a break from the police force, went back in to finish his career, to get his 20 years. So he could get his retirement. But like I said, I don't know why he ever got out in the first place.
Yeah.
You're that close to retirement, man, he's already spent more time in the chow hall line than he had left to do, in the military. Crystal, how you doing, Crystal? Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was, that was, like I said, I had a cousin now. He did around 10 years. It was actually my cousin's husband. He was a dentist when he went in, and they sent him to oral surgery school in Indianapolis. So for 2 years, he was a student in college, learning to be an oral surgeon, still in the military, getting military pay, but that was his only job. And he had to do, I think, like 4 years or so after he got out of school. Or he already did 4 years, I believe. So when he got out, he had right around 10 years. And there was a job opening back in Indiana, in Fort Wayne, at one of the large hospitals there. They got 2 or 3 hospitals in Fort Wayne for an oral surgeon, head of oral surgery. So he said, I'll apply, see what happens. If he doesn't get it, he can stay in the military. He has a job. Well, he got the job, so he got out. I think he did the reserves for a while, but I don't think he did long enough to retire. That's my cousin that lives in Florida now with her husband.
Yeah.
But he, like I said, he was an oral surgeon, and then he in Fort Wayne, and then they retired and sold their lake house property and moved down to Florida. And I never asked him what he made. I know it's good money, but it's none of my business what he made.
No.
But I know what they had, so it told me the kind of ballpark he was in. And they weren't planning on buying a place down there when they went. They had some friends that lived down there, and they went down there, and he liked to golf, and they had this new housing complex going up right beside a golf course. And I guess when they bought the house, they got a golf course membership or something, or a discount to the golf course. And so they decided to buy a house and retire. And he was early 60s when he retired, but like I said, he made enough money he didn't have to keep working, unlike myself. And it's like my cousin George. Now, he retired younger than I did. We're the same age, but he was a union worker, a union electrician, construction. So he made a pretty penny as well. And that's the cousin I go home to see. Of all my cousins, that's the one I want to see. George and I go back, like I said, were 11 days apart. We're the only two not born in Terre Haute. We were both born in Lafayette, Indiana. And what I tell everybody just to get a rise out of them is we were both born at home. Now, people will say, you weren't born in a hospital? And I'll say, yes, I was. I was born at home. The name of the hospital I was born at was Home Hospital in Lafayette, Indiana. So, I always tell everybody I was born at home because I was.
Yeah.
It just happened to be a hospital's name.
Yeah.
And that's where we both were born. And so, and now they moved to Iowa for quite a while, but we've always been close. And so, like I said, and then I used to go home and see my best friend from my junior high and high school days. Well, he passed away a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get to see him anymore. Like I said, there's always people that we're going to miss and we'll always miss, no matter how long it's been. And my brothers, my dad, my mom, my best friend from my high school days, I'll always miss them. But even my aunts and uncles. Now, George's mom and dad have both passed. His youngest sister passed when we were 21 and she was 20.
Wow, they're pretty
So,
young.
Yeah, she had leukemia.
Oh.
I happened to be in Yokosuka, Japan at the time, so I couldn't go home for the funeral. In some ways, I'm glad. When I was home that year, and she was in remission when I was at home. So she was in good spirits, feeling good. And so I'm glad I get to remember her that way.
Yeah.
A friend of mine from my Navy days was married to my cousin. They met through me. And he had got hardship duty back in Indiana, in a place called Crane, Indiana. And so he had to go through that. And he ended up doing 20 years in the military. He went back, he stayed in. Well, he got out and then went back in, actually, is what happened. He did 20 years. But nobody else that I know of personally know for a fact. Oh, yes, I do. I know another guy from my high school days. Dave Marlowe, he did 20 years. That's the only two that I know for a fact did 20 years in the Navy. Yeah. Dave got out and moved to Fisher, Indiana. So, but yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a long time. But like I said, I enjoyed it because I like to travel. I got to go to Japan. I got to go to Hong Kong. I got to go to the Philippines and Taiwan and Hawaii even. I went to Hawaii because of the Navy. I saw Vancouver, Canada because I was in the Navy. San Diego and Tijuana, and like I said, Hawaii. All those places I would never seen if I hadn't been in the service.
Yeah.
I can't say I wouldn't have seen any of them, but I would have seen very few of them. Now I was able to visit Montreal and Toronto on my own. That's after I got out. That's after I moved out here. I got to go to those places. I've been to Louisiana on my own. I've been to Texas on my own. I've traveled around some, but I do like to travel, and I can travel by myself, which I've done some. I prefer to travel with friends, but I've done it by myself. Like since I've been out, like I said, I've been to Vancouver, Montreal, Louisiana. I've been to China, Beijing, Chenzhou, Lanzhou, and Changsha, China. Did those places on my own. That was back in '99. I went for 3 weeks. I enjoyed the time there, but like I said, it's not a place I want to retire. If I was going to retire to a communist country, it'd probably be more likely Vietnam. Although I wouldn't want to retire there, I don't think either. Like I said, I would prefer my first choice and second choices are the Philippines. First choice right now is Cebu. Second choice, I'll look for it. if I don't decide I don't want to move. It could be Iloilo. It could be Dumaguete, Valencia area. It could be somewhere close to Manila. I know it won't be Baguio. Baguio looks like a good place for a vacation. But
Yeah,
I don't
like a vacation, but not
think
to
I'd want
stay.
to live there. Yeah, it just doesn't appeal to me as a place to live. Uh, uh, there's certain parts about Baguio that does appeal to me, but I'm not a big fan of hills. Of having to walk up and down hills a lot. So there I'd have to buy a bike or something to get around on. But yeah, it would be low down. If I want cooler place, that'd be Valencia or maybe Lipa. It's in it's on Luzon. I think it's spelled Lipa. I think it's a
Lipa, oh,
little
that's in
higher.
Batangas.
Huh?
That's in Batangas.
It's on Luzon though, right?
Yeah, it's in Calabarzon. It's near Laguna. It's
Yeah, that's what I
Cavite
said.
and
Well, there's a vlogger there that I follow some of his stuff, and I think it's a little cooler there than it is some of the other parts. And it's also a little higher up,
yeah.
which means less chance for flooding. Uh, and probably not as popular with expats, which means it's probably going to be a little cheaper. To
Yeah,
live.
that's
But I think they're supposed to have decent hospitals. So, like I said, the things I worry about is I want a good hospital, and I don't mean like uh, uh, the Mayo Clinic or the Cleveland Clinic, top tier, but I want something more like Rochester Healthcare, Albany Healthcare.
what was that one that Chris would always walk by, Chang Wong or something like that?
Tsinghua, I think, or
It
Tsinghua,
was
I think. Then
one
you
of the
also have the
more
doctor's hospital. Yeah, because Cebu's got some good hospitals. That's one of its pluses. It's got Tsinghua. It's got a doctor's hospital, which I think might be a teaching hospital. And that's the same thing for Dumaguete. They got one of the ACE hospitals, which is a private hospital, but it belongs to an ACE. It's a kind of a group of them. And then it's got Silliman, which is a teaching college hospital. So you got some decent hospitals there.
yeah.
Like I said, I'm not looking for top tier because, if you get to a decent one that can stabilize you, they can get you to the top tier if that's what you really need. But I want something that, if I'm having some kind of trouble, that they can either fix it or stabilize me well enough to get me to where I need to be.
Yeah.
And, but I also want a place that's not going to cost me an arm and a leg. I want a place that the people are friendly. All over Philippines, people are friendly, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Some areas are going to be friendlier than others, and that's just like anywhere, like I said, overall, I'd say the Filipino people are some of the friendliest people in the world. But let's be honest about it. There's people that get killed too. It's not like it's not murder free. So you want an area that you're going to feel safe in, and it may be because you're flashing money, but maybe because you're in the wrong neighborhood.
Yep.
And they think as a white male, they're going to think, oh, he's rich. I'm not rich.
No.
I wish I was, but that would solve a lot of problems. My teeth would be fixed already if I was rich, and I'd be retired already.
Yeah. I'm gonna log off, Larry. My friend I guess he already woke up.
All right. Well,
And,
I've been going for an hour. I don't know how much longer I'll go,
Yeah.
but I'll go for a little bit longer. So thanks for coming up.
You're welcome.
And,
yeah, she's in Pangasinan right now.
Yeah. Well, like I said, once the time change comes, I'll be coming on 6 o'clock your time, 7 o'clock my time, 8 o'clock the Philippines time.
14-hour time difference. pretty
Yeah,
soon.
13 for me when it changes, and
Yeah.
instead of 12. But they don't change their time, so that's why I'll change my time.
Yeah.
I'd say most of the ones that come to my live stream are in the Philippines, so I want to keep
Yeah.
it convenient for them. And I would do 7 o'clock here right now, but I don't know how well that would go in the Philippines because, like I said, it's a Sunday morning,
Yeah. Exactly.
and so.
Well, see you
Jerry,
next.
hang on, before you go,
Go
Jerry,
ahead.
where are you before? Where are you before you go? And then he says, Son,
When I arrive,
I guess. He says
when I,
Pangasinnan.
because I'm gonna be in Laguna. That's where Tox is from, right? Uh,
I
that's
think
where I
so.
stay every time. And then, but the week after I arrive, I'm gonna go to Pangasinan. That's where Crystal's Adventure is from.
Okay, well, tell Crystal hi for me.
Crystal, hoping to meet her in Baguio because she lives hours away from where I'm at. Where I'll be staying, and
Well,
she
if I get that,
mentioned,
I get within an hour of Crystal, I'll have to visit her.
yeah, Crystal is in the eastern part of Pangasinan.
Yeah,
I'm more like in the central,
yeah.
north central part. But Crystal was saying that Baguio is closer
Yeah. Well,
than
okay. Well, what I'm saying is that when I go, if I go some area that some of my followers are close to, I'd want to see them if I could. But I plan on being there a lot longer. You're on a short stay.
Yeah, it's because
There's a big difference. You got more of a time restraint. Which I'm going to be honest, in the first month or 2 months, I'm not. I doubt if I leave Cebu City. I doubt if I leave the city. Especially the first month. And one of the first places I'll probably go to is Dumaguete and Valencia because it's just right across. It's like an hour or two fast ferry ride, if that. Or you can do a plane ride in less than an hour. So I mean, it's not like it's real far. It's probably the closest place to go to off Cebu Island. Okay, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. If I go off, the first place I'll go to off Cebu Island will probably be Dumaguete and Valencia because I'm going to be so close to it. I'll probably just run over there and then spend a week or two over there. Probably just about a week because I want to maybe a little bit more because like I said, I want to see the Sunday market in Valencia, and I
go to
may
the
want to go there.
Palenque.
I may want to go twice, if I enjoy it that much, and then
Yeah,
see some of the sites over there, and then back to Cebu, and then plan my next trip after that.
yeah.
It may just be
So
around Cebu Island for a while too, before I go anywhere else, because there's a lot to see in Cebu, on Cebu Island itself. You got the whale
yeah.
sharks, you got a lot of the stuff.
Hey,
Uh,
Lady E sent me some souvenirs from Cebu,
yeah, I saw that one.
and
I like the one though. It had, was it the whale shark
yeah,
black
it's a whale
T-shirt?
shark T-shirt.
I like that one.
It's
I really like that one.
She got
That
it
was cool of it.
perfect size, XXL Filipino, which would be XL here, which is perfect.
Okay.
You know how
Well,
here sometimes you can wear. I'm gonna use my example. Sometimes a large is a large, it's comfortable. Sometimes a large is a medium.
yeah.
So it's not always. It
Depends
gets the
on the
material,
brand.
the brand,
Depends on the brand.
and
Yeah.
yeah, she got it right and got me the double XL Filipino large, Filipino
Yeah.
XL, which is
Yeah.
extra large here.
I'm going to be honest with you. That wouldn't fit me.
Well, yeah, large don't fit me over there. Anything Filipino large won't fit me.
I'm just saying the double X wouldn't fit me. The Filipino double X
Yes,
wouldn't fit me.
yeah, you would need a little larger, but the point is that I can wear the shirt if I wanted to, and not just put it away.
I would need at least a 3X, if not a 4X, for the Philippines.
Yeah. Well, I got to sign off because yeah, no, I
All
agree
right.
with you there.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
JLE said, Jerry, my wife is from BALUNGAO as your friend if he knows where that is. It's near
BAL?
Rustless. BALUNGAO.
Oh, that's way over there in the north, that's towards the ocean, Bolinao.
Yeah, he was asking if your friend knew where it was at. But it sounds like you know so.
Yeah, they've all gone over there for there's great places to go visit, hang out.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that once I decide where I want to live, most of my trips will be just to go see something. And if there's enough close to me, that may be all I ever do. Or unless I go to meet somebody, like let's say, like I'm going to go to Manila sometime. That's a given. I want to go up and see the World War II cemetery up there in Manila. And while I'm up there, I'm going to want to see the Venice Grand Canal Mall.
Okay? Yeah, that's in BGC.
That's it. Yeah. So there'll be a couple things, and I'll probably go see a couple other things. But those two things I want to see. So that's enough to get me up there, and then I'll want to see some other stuff while I'm up there. And if anybody's in that area, when I do go, because I will talk about it, we can meet up or do something. As long as they don't cost me an arm and a leg, like I said.
Do what Talks does. Go to Jollibee.
I definitely will go to Jollibee.
That's very inexpensive.
I've only been to one Jollibee, and that was in New York City. And if I ever get back down there and it's just myself or it's people with me want to go, I'll go to Jollibee again. I really like that Chicken Joy sandwich. So yeah, I'll tell you the truth. Jollibee is not expensive, but over there, McDonald's is not that expensive either.
No, but just for like a meetup.
All right,
for a meetup.
JLB changed it. He says not BULANAO. He says BALUNGAO.
I guess he can type it in my live. I should do a live stream.
That's what he said. He says I'll ask Jerry when he has his live stream, and he can see it on his screen.
Yeah, I should do my live stream tomorrow.
Okay. If I'm up tomorrow, I probably won't be able to make it.
No. You'll see, because I do mine early in the morning.
Well, no, I plan on getting up early, but I'm going to be on the road going up to see my sister. I got a 4.5 hour drive. Yeah, I'm going to be driving. Yeah, I'll be driving. So
yeah, focus on the road.
Yeah, and so I doubt if I'll be unless I catch it. Now I won't be able to communicate with you, but I might say hi. I'm driving, and then just be listening.
No, that's fine. Just
say hi to anybody.
Focus on the road.
Well, like I said, it depends. If I'll stop and get some coffee. If you're doing your live at that time, I'll come on and say hi. Hey, I'm getting on the road. I won't be able to talk, and I'll just drive and leave you on. I'll plug the phone into my car and go. Give me something, and then when you go off the air, I'll turn my radio on. That's what I do. I usually just listen to the radio. But it's like I said, I won't be able to talk to anybody. So if somebody says something to me, just let them know, hey, he's driving. He can't answer. If I do make it, so it depends on what time I get on the road. Because I always stop and get a cup of coffee. I don't make it at home. I stop and buy it. Usually I'll get a donut or a bagel with it. I'll eat that, then I get on the road. That'll be my breakfast. And I got to stop and get gas tomorrow, so I'll do that. Then I'll do the other, and then I'll get on the road. Unless I decide to go back out tonight. Have a good one, man. Hey, Tim, you take care too. Take care, Tim.
You have a safe trip.
That's right, Tim. I agree with Jerry. Have a safe trip. All right. If anybody else wants to come up, come on up. We're more than willing to entertain another guest. But like I said, I gotta start getting a little more serious about getting things done. I'm gonna go talk I'm gonna go see my sister, and I'll talk to my brother-in-law and my sister and see what they think about their oldest son being my proxy or my power of attorney for such things. See if they think he'd be willing to do it before I approach him, because they give me a better feel. Because I don't want him to feel like he has to do it. 'Cause I do have other nephews, and I do have another niece. I got a sister who's almost 8 years younger than me, so I don't want somebody older than me doing it, because, well, the odds are they'll go before I do. Now that doesn't mean they will, because look at my mom; she lived to be 99. So you never know. But so anyway, like I said, we're just August 2nd here, August 3rd there in the Philippines already. I'm hoping everybody had a good weekend. And like I said earlier, in case any of you missed it, I'm not going to do the dental work here in the States. I've done decided that can wait. I'll live with this, because to fix it properly or halfway properly, that won't cause me trouble later on if I need more work done, would cost me 10 grand. We're not talking pesos, people. We're talking US dollars. That would take me a year or more working. Actually, more than that. Well, I guess I could pay some of it off after I quit working. But it will, and to do it properly, and to do all of it up there all at one time, I would have to work 2.5 to 3 years more, and I'm not doing it. Just to do this here, they're looking at $4,000 to $5,000. No, that's still working more than I want to. I'd rather get over the Philippines and find a really good dentist. Work out some kind of payment plan where I can put money down until I can have it done. I'll pay it off first if I need to, if I can trust the dentist, or maybe put it on my credit card and pay it off. But I'm not doing that here because it's way too much money. So yeah, I'm not. No, I'm tired of working. I'll be 72 in September next month. In other words, I've been working off and on since I was 15. I'm tired. I want to live up to my name. I want to be lazy. At least for a while. And, but it depends on what you call lazy. I mean, I just don't want to work. I'll do YouTube. I'll go see things and do that kind of stuff. But as far as working for another person, I'm done when this job is over. So I just wanted to give everybody the heads up on that. That decision has been made. It's final. There is no more rethinking it. I no longer care to work. I'll keep working as long because I have to, because I can't afford to stay here and pay for this apartment. And if I leave, I got to pay for this apartment, and I can't afford to do that if I leave and not work. That would wipe out my savings, and then that would defeat my purpose for going to the Philippines because I wouldn't have the money. I'm not going to say how much I have or how much I will have. It's not going to be enough to be wasteful. I can't. I'm going to act like in some ways that I'm on vacation, but I'm not going to spend money like I'm on vacation. Because when you're on vacation, you spend money foolishly. And thank you, Christina, for being in the background still. But I really want to act like in other words, I don't want to have to get up at a certain time. I don't want to go to bed at a certain time. That's vacation. It's not how much you spend. In other words, I'm going to act like I'm on a staycation, except for I'll be in the Philippines. And for you that don't know what a staycation is, it's where you stay home, take time off from work, and you don't really go anywhere. You might go out to a restaurant once in a while, or maybe to the mall to do a little shopping, but you don't travel all over. You don't spend all kind of money. You just take time off to relax. And that first month or two, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I will do some videos because every place I go is going to be the first time I went there. I'm not saying I'll do videos every day. I doubt if I will. But it's something I want to, enjoy. I want to enjoy being off. I want to enjoy staying home or going to the mall and hanging out. I am a people watcher. I can go someplace and sit and watch people and have a good time. So it's, I find that interesting. You watch people go about their lives. They go in and get shopping. They go get something to eat. They go get coffee. And that's what you're doing. You're sitting there having coffee or you're sitting there having something to eat and you watch the people. Now you don't stare. You just have to watch. And sometimes you see something that attracts your attention. Sometimes you don't. But you just try to enjoy yourself. Somebody wants to talk, you talk. But like I said, right now my whole thing is to relax in the first month or two. And if any of you happen to be in Cebu when I'm there and you've seen me, you're more than welcome to sit down and say hi. And if I'm not got something planned, if I'm at a coffee shop, I'll buy you a cup of coffee. So that's where I'm going to be when I first get there. I'll let you know when I'm going. Now, my first week or so, I may not leave my apartment. All right, if I do, it won't be for very long. Like maybe go down, grab a bite to eat, go back. And the first couple of days, I'm going to have to recoup from the travel. I'm an older guy. It's going to take me some time to recoup. Now, hopefully, it'll be like it was when I went to China. I went to China. I had no trouble adjusting my time going to China. Where I had the troubles when I came back home from China. That's where I run into jet lag. So hopefully, it'll be that way that I won't have jet lag. At least not where a good day's sleep won't take care of it. That's all it was when I went to China. And yes, I had sleep apnea at that time. And no, I wasn't being treated for it. I'd been diagnosed with it, but not got my machine yet. Some things had to be done first. So yeah, like I said, whenever I do go somewhere after I get there, if I'm still doing YouTube, I will announce where I'm going. And if anybody's in that area and wants to meet up, that's fine. I may even go there to meet somebody. Like if I go to Angeles, I'm going there to see Tim. If I go to Bye Bye, I'm going there to see Dan and Man Minnie. But that doesn't mean if you're not in the area, if you're in the area and you want to see me, that's fine. Like I said, in those areas, I'm going there to see somebody in particular. But I'm more than willing to meet other people. And there are some other areas I'd like to go to. Like I said, I've mentioned them, Iloilo. I would even like to go to Davao. There, I'd like to meet up with Danny from Road to the Philippines and Jamie from Off the Cuff Adventures with Jamie. If they happen to be in Davao area at that time, they live over in that area. If they're going to be in Davao City at that time. Michelle, if she's still in Cebu when I get there and she wants to meet up, she can bring one or two, Michelle, no more than that, one or two of her girlfriends, and meet me at a coffee place, and I'll buy them coffee just to say hi. But like I said, I got to watch my money. I got to see how I can live on the income I have. And so I can't go extravagant at first. I got to be careful with my money to make sure I can live on the budget that I want to live on in that area. Because if I can't, then I have to find another area. Or if I decide I don't like the but we'll be doing it. Thank you, Christina. We appreciate it. And I'm starting to plug up here, so I'm gonna have to get going. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but I'm starting to have to breathe through my mouth because my nose is plugging up. Now, once I get up and start moving around, that'll clear up probably. But so I want to thank everybody for coming. I've been almost an hour and a half. If anybody else wants to come up. We'll go longer. But if not, I'm going to shut this one down here in a couple of minutes. I may gotta go another 3 or 4 minutes to get it up to an hour and a half just to do that. But yeah. By the way, guys, if you don't follow Michelle Life, she's a real dancing queen. She does videos dancing with some of her friends. She does some other videos as well. I didn't see Valdez come in, but Crystal come in. Her and her husband do a lot of. They're a hardworking couple. Really good people. So, like I said, any of you, Michelle, Christina, JLB, Tim, if you're still here, Crystal, Jaylene, Leah and Leah, any of you that are already vlog if you're still here, type in LLL, 3 L's, and get your Nightbot. Get my Nightbot to drop your channel. I know most of you, not all of you, have a channel. So go ahead, and this way maybe you guys can connect with each other. That's just plain water. I'll drink some root beer later. But so yeah. So anyway, like I said, I don't see anybody dropping the links. So I don't know if I drop it on my channel, if it'll do any good for me or not. Let's see. I've never tried this. But will Nightbot drop my link? Let's find out. Like I said, Nightbot dropped my own link. I didn't know if it would or not. All right, that's interesting. So anyway, that phone's they're off by a minute. My 2 phones are off by a minute from my desktop. Like I said, I don't know what my laptop says it is. It's in my living room. Maybe one day I'll do a live stream from it. See how that works. But so anyway, everybody, I want to thank you for coming. And I hope you all have a great week coming up. I hope you enjoy your Sunday or Saturday night, wherever you're at. For Jerry and Mike, that's got Mike married to a beautiful woman. He's got trips coming up to the Philippines. I believe that's where Mike's going. He might be going to New Zealand. His wife might still be there. I hope they have safe and healthy trips. Tim, I hope you have a good time visiting your sister in Canada and you have a safe trip there and back and you have a blast. So, like I said, we're just hoping everybody's doing well and trying to enjoy yourselves. So we want to, okay. We want everybody to have fun. But like I said, remember to be kind to each other. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Plus, have fun. So, everyone, I hope to see you again next week. I don't know when I'm going to post it, but I will be doing another one, I believe, next week. If not, I'll put up a video letting you know. I don't have any plans to keep me from doing one next week. You never know. All right, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Plus, have fun. We're going to end this. Bye, everybody. Take it easy.